Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into our coverage of Lady Wildcat Volleyball here tonight as the Livingston Academy Lady Wildcats get ready to open up their season against the Tigerettes of Gordonsville High School. Livingston will be the team to our left. We can't say dressed in the black because both teams are dressed in the black. Livingston will be to our left in this one. The Gordonsville Tigerettes to our right. Opening game for both these teams in volleyball. Lady Wildcats will be once again coached by Christy Jenkins, longtime head coach here at Livingston Academy. Gordonsville coached by Brian Leslie and Brittany Watson. Starting tonight for Livingston Academy will be Kinley Webb, Lainey Dishman, Mally Carwile, Aaliyah Melton, Abby Ray, Matea Daly, and Sydney Moffitt as the libero. So we get ready to get this underway. Starting tonight for Gordonsville will be Libby Clark, Cadence Dalt, Savannah Bryant, Daisy Bain, Kelsey Watts, Kelsey Haley, and Courtney Dillard, the starters for Gordonsville here tonight as we get ready to get this one underway. With Livingston to serve to start, there will be Sydney Moffitt, the libero, to serve, wearing the blue with the gold numbers. As Moffitt will serve to get this one underway, and it's going to drop for a point to Livingston Academy. As it drops right in front of the back row player for Gordonsville. Moffitt again to serve here for the Lady Wildcats. Moffitt, this serve will go into the back row where Gordonsville will pass it up. It will be a free ball for Livingston. Moffitt to Webb. Webb middle to Melton, pounds it off the block and down for the point for the Lady Wildcats. Another good serve by Moffitt got that started as she hit it deep in the back row. They might have played an out serve, but Gordonsville did play it. Then a free ball for Livingston that Melton is able to kill to get the second point of the game. Another free ball for Livingston. Back row to Carwile. Webb outside to Ray off the block. That's going to be dug by Gordonsville, tapped over in the front row. Webb will just tap it over the front row and down, as it will go right off the hands of Cadence Dalt for the point for the Lady Wildcats. 3 straight off the serve of Sydney Moffitt. And Livingston has moved in front 3-0. Moffitt to serve once again for the Lady Wildcats. Moffitt, good serve this time. Going to drop again for the ace for Moffitt. Not the clean ace as it was played by Gordonsville, but it will be point number 4 now for Livingston Academy. Moffitt to serve once again. Moffitt serves this one. Back row right. They'll play it up. Again, a free ball for Livingston. They go back row to Daly. Daly to Webb. Webb sets outside Ray. She'll have to push it across, and Gordonsville can't control it. Back row, Libby Clark tried to play it. Couldn't get control of it, and Gordonsville's going to take a timeout. Good start here for the Lady Wildcats as they jump out to a 5-0 lead on the serve of Sydney Moffitt. Greg Cantor with you for the call of this one here tonight at Livingston Academy. We want to say thank you to our sponsors for making our broadcast possible. Eye Centers of Tennessee, Livingston Family Healthcare, Lucky Red Stables, Oakley Equipment, Willow Grove Marina, Wascon Incorporated, Puckett's Family Dentistry, Overton County News, R&M Family Pharmacy, E.B. Gray Jewelry, Farmers Insurance, Rick Savage, Hall Funeral Home, Maynard's Automotive, W&O Construction, Exit Realty, and the Physical Medicine Center of the Cumberlands. Moffitt to serve once again, 5-0. Lady Wildcats leading here in game 1. Best of 5 between these two here tonight. Moffitt ready to serve once again. Back row again in the middle. They'll play it right side, and they can't get it across. Set a little wide from Bain as she tried to play it over to Dalt, but just couldn't get control of it and tapped across, and another point for Moffitt. Moffitt serves this one. Good serve. Bain will play this one. Now outside to Dalt. That's blocked, but a net going to be called against Gordonsville. So it'll be a point for Livingston Academy. Dalt getting into the net. Had some trouble there anyway, trying to get around to Aaliyah Melton and Kinley Webb. Couldn't do so, and the point for Livingston Academy puts them in front 7-0. Moffitt serves back row in the middle again. Again, This one's going to be played out of the net. They'll get it across, and it will be out, though. Good job digging out of the net that time by Gordonsville, but Dalt trying to play it across will hit it wide and out of bounds, so the point to Moffitt once again. Moffitt to serve for the Lady Wildcats. Staying it up there in the server's box. Takes this one across. Again, a good serve. That's right on the net. They'll get it set outside to Dalt. She'll go back row to Daly. Daly to Webb. Back set Melton. Swinging away. Block. Good block there by Gordonsville. Dalt was there along with Dillard to get the block and the first point of the game for the Tigerettes. So Gordonsville is on the board, and they will serve for the first time with Dalt stepping out of bounds to serve to get this one started. Jump serve. We'll go in the middle to Moffitt. Moffitt to Webb. Webb outside Ray. Ray going to be dug by Gordonsville. They'll take it across with Clark, the player that got the dig. Ray now to Webb. Webb, middle of the floor, Melton off the block and down. Dillard got a piece of it, but Melton able to power through it and get the ball to go down on the Gordonsville side as Allie Manning going to check in for Gordonsville for the first time. As she'll come in off the bench on the Webb serve. Kinley just across the net for the point. Net serve there by the junior Kinley Webb. Caught the top, kicked over with a point for Livingston Academy. Webb to serve once again, deep in the server's box. Webb takes this one across. That's going to be an ace. Dropped. Rysick got over the net right in front of Bain for the point for Livingston Academy. The Wildcats have taken a double-digit lead for the first time at 11-1. Webb serves this one deep, and they can't handle that one, as that one kind of just ate up the back row player there for Gordonsville. Hair covering the number of her, so we can't really see who that is, but Webb to serve once again. This one goes in the net for the point for Gordonsville. So the Tigerettes, off the service error by Livingston, will serve with Daisy Bain stepping out to serve. Savannah Bryant coming back in for Gordonsville. Bain, the left-handed serve, going to go off of Copeland, who has checked in for Livingston. Cora Copeland in the back row. Bain to serve once again. To Copeland. Copeland to Webb. Webb now to Melton, who'll take it back row to Bain. Dillard, rather that is Clark on the outside, just taps it over. It's still alive, but down. Clark able to tap it across. Copeland trying to handle it, then Melton trying to handle it. Couldn't do so. And it will go to a point to Gordonsville as Bain to serve once again. Back row to Copeland. Copeland again can't control that one as it sails out of bounds. And the point will go to Gordonsville. Bain with 3 straight off her serve. Her back row middle this time where Carwile will play it. To Webb. Webb now to Melton. Block. Dug by Ray though. Copeland right at the net. They'll take it down, but Moffitt is there. Moffitt to Webb. Webb outside Copeland with the left hand and down. Cora Copeland coming to the front row to spike that one with the left hand for the point for Livingston Academy as Maddie Gall will check in, replacing Mally Carwile. Aaliyah Melton to serve now for the Lady Wildcats, as she'll hit this one back row to Gordonsville. They'll play it to Clark. Clark. Little drop ball played by Ray, and then Webb is going to be in the net for Livingston Academy. Webb getting that shoulder into the net as number 13, Camara Young, will check in for Gordonsville. She'll come in replacing Savannah Bryant. Gordonsville to serve in a 13-6 Livingston lead in game 1. Best of 5 between these two. Melton can't handle that one in the back row for the point for Gordonsville. Gordonsville cuts it back to 6 now. They had trailed 11-1. Deep serve. Moffitt can't control it, and the catch going to be called. Catch going to be called on Moffitt. As Gordonsville to serve once again. Short serve, played by Ray to Copeland. Copeland in the middle to Gall. Gall will push it back row. Little indecision there, and Gordonsville can't get to it. Thought about letting it go, then decided to play it, did Allie Manning, and then couldn't get anything on it, and the point will go to Livingston Academy. Moffitt going to sit down right now. Is coming in to replace her will be Laney Dishman coming back in. Ray to serve for the Lady Wildcats. Off of Bain and out of bounds for the point for Livingston Academy. Livingston's serve has been the big weapon so far for them tonight. As Ray to serve once again. Ray for the Lady Wildcats. We'll serve this one back row to Bain. Bain in the front. They'll swing it right side to Young, and Young kind of whiffs at that one. As it will be Ray to serve now. Ray, short serve. They'll dive after it but can't control it. Again, that's Manning trying to play it there for Gordonsville but couldn't get to it on a good serve from Abby Ray. Just kind of dying as it comes across the net and drops right in front of Gordonsville. Ray to serve once again. This one long, though, from Ray. Tried to take it to the back row and too much on it that time as Ray going to sit down. Moffitt will come in replacing her. Moffitt returning for Livingston. Clark to serve for Gordonsville. Jump serve from Clark. Hits the net and trickles over for a point for the Tigerettes. Gordonsville will cut the lead back to 7 at 17-10. Clark to serve once again. Clark takes this one back row and down for the point for Gordonsville. About a step inside the out-of-bounds line for the point for the Tigerettes. As Clark to serve once again. And the referee stops play. Not sure what the stoppage was, but Clark to serve once again. Back row again and in again. Pretty serve there by Libby Clark as she is painting that out-of-bounds line on the far side. Another point cuts the lead down to 5 at 17-12. Clark to serve once again. Goes middle this time, or actually outside on the front row, and Gall can't control it. Another point off the Clark serve. Cutting the lead down to 4 now. Gordonsville got off to a slow start, trailing 11-1. But since then, they've outscored them 12-6, make it 13-6 as Melton can't control that one. And a point for Gordonsville and a timeout call by Livingston. We'll take it with them. It is Livingston Academy 17, Gordonsville 14. We're in game 1. Best 3 out of 5 here tonight. Live events here. Let's take a moment to ask you to do a little something for us if you don't mind. We would love to have you subscribe to our YouTube page. Just click on the YouTube icon at the lower right hand corner. Once you click on that, that will pull up the YouTube page and it will pull up a subscribe button. It will be red. Just click that subscribe button. Won't cost you anything to subscribe. Never will cost you anything to subscribe. That's just a vote of confidence, vote of support for our page to help us continue to grow and to help us continue to be able to bring you these live streams of different events here on Overton Events. We'd appreciate it if you go subscribe. Thank you in advance for doing so. And we are really grateful to serve once again with Libby Clark. Clark trying to work back into this one off her serve. Gall to Dishman. Dishman over the block but out of bounds for the point for Gordonsville. To cut it down to 2 now at 17-15. Clark to serve once again. As she will take this one deep in the back row and 2 deep for the point for Livingston Academy. Cora Copeland, freshman, going to sit down. Matea Daly, a junior, will come in replacing her. Daly. Serve goes far side where Clark will play it. They'll set it outside now to Dalt. She's going to be blocked. Dug up by Gordonsville, though. They'll take it across. Played there by Daly, then taken across by Gall. Clark will set Dalt outside. She'll go over the top of the block. Melton diving to save it to Gall, and then a catch going to be called on Maddie Gall. The double contact will give the serve back to Gordonsville, and a point for the Tigerettes to cut it to 2 at 18-16. Gordonsville to serve with Savannah Bryant stepping out to serve. As she goes down the line, but out this time on that far side. So the point for Livingston as Mally Carwile going to come in, replacing Maddie Gall. Carwile to serve for Lady Wildcats. Takes this one back row. They'll play it outside. Dalt will hit deep and long for the point for Livingston Academy. Point for the Lady Wildcats will extend it to 20-16. The game is to 25. You must win by 2. Carwile serves back row again where Clark will play it. Outside, they'll go over the top of the block. Moffitt back row dig to Webb to Melton, swinging away, and Clark can't handle it. Little heat on that one from Aaliyah Melton as she got to step into it in stride and able to take it for the point for Livingston Academy. Carwile to serve once again. Carwile, back row where Bain can't control it. And a point for the Lady Wildcats to take them to 3 points away from game 1, 22-16. Livingston leading. Carwile to serve once again. And this one goes in the net for the point for Gordonsville. As Gordonsville's going to get number 18, Kelsey Haley, back in. She'll come in replacing number 13, Kamara Young. Haley to serve, short serve to Carwile, to Moffitt in the back row. Free ball for Gordonsville. Melton off the block and down. Dillard there at the net tried to block it. Goes off the hands of Dillard and drops right behind her where there was open room there on the floor, and a point for Livingston Academy. Moffitt to serve. She got the game started off her serve. Could end it here with a couple. They'll pass it to Dillard. Dillard to Webb for Livingston, to Melton. Back set to Ray. Ray taps it near side where Dalt is. They'll take it across. Webb is there. Punch it across again. Webb is there again. Ray will tap it over to Clark. Clark now outside. Watts will go, and now that one's going to be back row, and unable to get to it is Carwile for the point for Gordonsville. So Gordonsville with the point to cut the lead back to 5 now at 23-18. As Dalt will step out to serve. Jump serve. Back row to Carwile. Way up now. Well, back set to Melton. Melton dug by Dalt, but they can't get to it. Dalt able to get up into the air, but not enough for Gordonsville to get to, as Allie Manning going to come back in replacing Dalt. Cora Copeland will come in replacing Matea Daly. Way up to serve for Livingston. A point away from the win in game 1. Game serve for Webb. Bain will go to Watts. Watts now to Clark. Takes it across to Ray. Webb will set outside to Ray, and Ray will hit it long by about 4 inches for a point for Gordonsville. So now Livingston can win this one on defense here. As Savannah Bryant going to check back in. Dillard will sit down. Bain to serve. Bain takes this one middle to Moffitt. Moffitt to Webb. Webb in the middle, Melton. Melton dug by Bain in the back row. Watts outside Clark. Clark goes long and out of bounds for the game for Livingston. Point on defense for the Lady Wildcats as Livingston wins game 1, 25-19 over Gordonsville in best 2 out of 3 here tonight at Livingston Academy as the Lady Wildcats get the win 25-19 here in game 1. Let's take a little break. We'll come back. We'll get game 2 started in just a moment. live events here. Let's take a moment to ask you to do a little something for us, if you don't mind. We would love to have you subscribe to our YouTube page. Just click on the YouTube icon at the lower right-hand corner. Once you click on that, that will pull up the YouTube page, and it will pull up a subscribe button. It will be red. Just click that subscribe button. Won't cost you anything to subscribe. Never will cost you anything to subscribe. That's just a vote of confidence, vote of support for our page to help us continue to grow and to help us continue to be able to bring you these live streams of different events here on Overton Events. We'd appreciate it if you go subscribe. Thank you in advance for doing so, and we are really grateful that you're watching our Overton Events channel. And we'd like to invite other people to be a part. Again, we want to say thank you to our sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible here on Overton Events. Physical Medicine Center of the Cumberlands, Exit Realty, W&O Construction Company, Maynard's Automotive, Hall Funeral Home, Farmers Insurance, Rick Savage, E.B. Gray Jewelry, R&M Family Pharmacy, Overton County News, Puckett's Family Dentistry, Wascon Incorporated, Willow Grove Marina, Oakley Equipment, Lucky Red Stables, Livingston Family Healthcare, Dr. Kenneth Beatty, Eye Centers of Tennessee. Those are the sponsors making tonight's broadcast possible. If you'd like to sponsor, we'd be happy for you to join us. Just contact Tyler Maxwell at overtonevents@gmail.com as their email address if you want to be part of these broadcasts. Or you can call him or text him at 931-704-7156 to get in touch with Tyler, and he'll take care of you being part of our broadcast. We get ready to get this one underway. Ever since the COVID years, they don't change sides anymore. So it will be Gordonsville to serve first. Back before COVID, they would always change sides, but now they don't have anybody sit on the other bench where other players have been. Dalton to serve to get this one underway. To Carwile. Webb will try to save it. Carwile will take it across to the back row, where it will go off of Gordonsville and out of bounds. Off of the Tigerettes for the point for Livingston. Unable to handle that one was Haley, and now Moffitt to serve as Dishman will leave the lineup for Gordonsville as Moffitt takes this one back row where Clark will play it. I don't think that was Clark, that was someone else. It'll be Watts playing it across to Daly. Webb in the middle to Melton. Melton taps it to the sideline, but Gordonsville is there. They'll set Clark outside, swinging away, and a net going to be called on Livingston. Webb and Melton both there. One of them got in the net, and the point will go to Gordonsville. They're going to bring number 23, Ashlyn Naylor, into the ball game for the first time, as Naylor will come in replacing Dillard. Bain to serve deep. Carwile will let it go, and it's out. Long serve by Gordonsville for the point for Livingston Academy. The referee asking something. Now they're going to change it. They're going to say it was in. I don't think it was. The chair umpire may have overruled the linesman. Way up to Melton. Melton blocked. Melton will dig it, but can't get it out of the net. Blocked there by Naylor, who checked in. Naylor looks to be from up here about, 6'1" for Gordonsville. Got up with those long arms and got the block to give Gordonsville the 3-1 lead. Bain, the back row to Carwile. To Webb. Webb back set Melton. Blocked again. Melton will dig it out of the net this time. Moffitt to Ray. Ray over the top of the block to Bain. Watts will set it to Clark outside, swinging away and down. Libby Clark with the spike for the point for Gordonsville to put the Tigerettes in front 4-1. Livingston won game 1, 25-19. Now we move to game 2 here with Gordonsville leading 4-1. Bain, deep serve once again off the arms of Daly for the point for Gordonsville. Bain getting them off to a good start here in the early going. Serve here going to be short to Ray in the front row, but then a little indecision there as Webb and Melton both going after it. Neither one can get to it, and the point for Gordonsville. So Livingston got out to a big lead early in game 1. Gordonsville taking a big lead here in game 2. Bain to serve once again. The libero. Left-handed serve played by Carwile on the back row off the support up top. Ray will pass to Moffitt, who takes it across to Bain. Watts will set Bain, who'll play it in the back row where Carwile will play it up with one hand but hit the roof, change direction, and it will drop for a point for Gordonsville. And Livingston wants to take a timeout to talk about it. We'll take it with them. We're in the second game here at Livingston Academy with Gordonsville leading 7-1. Here we'd like to tell you some of the new features we've got on our Overton Events page. There's a lot of different information items on there for you. Just go over to Overton Events at the web page and on the YouTube channel, on the web page, the home page, and you can see many different updates of what's going on around the county and the town of Livingston. They've got a whole lot of different shops, a whole lot of different gas prices. You can see the local food scene. All Lady Wildcats back on the floor after the timeout. It's Moffitt, Carwile, Matea Daly, Webb, Ray, and Melton. Bain serving for Gordonsville as she will serve back row to Daly, to Webb. Webb outside Ray, swinging away but misses long. That was a good set. Ray able to step into it, but just fired it long about a foot beyond the end line, and the point to Gordonsville. Bain to serve once again. Bain plays this one back row to Daly. Tough pass to Webb. Webb takes it across on 2. Gordonsville will tap it over. Ray is there, and then Naylor hits it into the net. Quick reaction by Abby Ray that time to get that one across the net after Gordonsville made a pretty save after Webb took it across in 2. And Livingston gets the point, and the serve for Kinley Webb, a junior for the Lady Wildcats. Naylor right on top of the net. Melton will tap it up to Webb, plays it deep in the corner and down. Kinley Webb finding the open spot in the back row. Bain couldn't get to it, and the point for Livingston Academy. Point cuts it to 5 at 8-3 as Webb to serve once again. Kinley short in the back row. Bain will get there. They'll set Clark. She's going to be blocked. Copeland and Melton were there. Lift going to be called on Gordonsville. Senior and freshman combining on that block right there. Cora Copeland and Aaliyah Melton to get the point for Livingston Academy. Webb to serve once again. Webb back row to Haley. Blocked by Melton. Roof that time by Aaliyah Melton. Just nowhere to go in the front row with Aaliyah just waiting on her there. And the point again for the Lady Wildcats to cut it to 3 now. Webb serves back row again. They'll swing it to Clark. Taps it over to Ray. Webb going to set Ray on the outside. Over the top of the block. Clark is there. They'll pop it up in the air, and they'll get it across. Melton to Webb. Back set Copeland. Left-hander going to be off the hands of the back row player Manning with the point for Livingston Academy. As Copeland, that's her strong side. When she's on the right side, the left-handed hitter able to swing away at that one and get the point for the Lady Wildcats to cut it down to 2 at 8-6. Webb to serve now. Once again, back row can't handle it, but Naylor will dive and save it. Manning will take it across to Carwile. Webb, outside Ray. Ray swinging away this time, dug by Bryant. Outside Clark, a little power dink that time, played across by Livingston. Good hands there by the Lady Wildcats. This one dug in the back row by Moffitt. Webb in the middle to Melton, off the block, dug by Gordonsville. They'll take it across with a free ball for Livingston. Moffitt close to the net. Webb tries to tap it back over her head, but couldn't do anything with it. Pass just pulled her too close to the net that time, and the point will go to Gordonsville, and the serve will go to Gordonsville as they get Kamara Young back on the floor. I think that's Watts back there serving, and she'll serve it into the net. So quickly right back to Livingston Academy on the serve. As Aaliyah Melton to serve now for the Lady Wildcats. 9-7. The Gordonsville lead is 2. Melton serves into the back row and long. Service error going to give the point to Gordonsville, as they'll get Libby Clark out to serve. Before they do, though, Cadence Dalt going to check in. She'll come in replacing Manning. Clark. Jump serve to Ray in the back row. Takes it over off the block of Copeland and down. Dalt. Quick reaction to get to that one that came across the net. Able to get off the side of the block by Copeland and get the point for Gordonsville. They lead it now 11-7. Clark to serve once again. Clark goes far side to Moffitt. Webb quickly pops it up in the air, but Copeland can't get to it. No real chance there, as the initial pass from Moffitt coming at Webb fast that time, and just tried to pop it up in the air, but couldn't get where anybody could get to it. Good serve again. Ray will pop this one up to Copeland. Copeland in the middle to Gall. Go over the top of the block. Dug by Clark, but right back to Gall to spike it down. Maddie Gall with that one right at the net, as Lainey Dishman going to come back in for Livingston. She'll come in replacing Moffitt. Ray to serve, and a 4-point Gordonsville lead, 12-8. Ray takes it into the net to move Gordonsville in front by 5 on that one. Service error gives them the point, as Dillard going to come back in replacing Bain. Naylor to the back row to serve for Coach Brian Leslie. That one going to be taken by Moffitt to Webb. Back set to Gall over the top of the block, but out. Missed by about a foot for the point for Gordonsville. Naylor to serve once again. Here in game 2. Takes this one back row to Moffitt. Moffitt again close to the net. That one going to be blocked by Gordonsville, but a lift going to be called against Livingston. Lift against the Lady Wildcats. And the point will go to Gordonsville. They take a 15-8 lead now. Back row Melton. Melton to Webb. Webb outside Dishman swinging away and off the block and down. Able to kite around the block of Dillard and get to go down for the point for Livingston Academy on the kill. Copeland going to leave. Daly will come back in replacing her. Matea set to serve for Livingston. Takes this one near side to Dahl. Hot pass to the far side. Clark will swing from the back row. Going to be dug by Dishman to Webb. Back to Dishman. Dug by Clark in the back row. Right the net. Blocked away by Livingston, but Dalt will get it across. Gone out of Clark. They'll set it on in the middle, but a catch going to be called on Watts. Livingston with the point after some good defense at the net that time by the Lady Wildcats. And they cut it to 5 at 15-10. Daly serving back row where Clark will play it. Watts outside Dalt, over the top of the block, dug back row by Moffitt. Bump set to Dishman, swinging away. That one's going to be dug in the back row. Can they get it across? They can't. Dishman able to get the point for the Lady Wildcats. Diving effort in the back row, but Dishman too much power on it, and the point will go to Livingston Academy. 15-11 as Daly to serve once again. Gordonsville in front. Back row Clark. Watts will set Dalt. Blocked away by Gall. Dalt will save it. They'll tap it across to Moffitt. Webb outside Dishman. Taps it over the block, and a net going to be called against Gordonsville. Gordonsville getting into the net. They're going to call that one on Young, and the point to Livingston Academy. Daly to serve once again. Daly just across the net. They'll take it back across to Webb. To Gall, back to Webb. Webb hits it back row to Bain. Watts will set Clark in the back row. Back row to Moffitt. Webb pushes across on 2, but Watts is there. Bain back set to Dalt, hits it right in the net. Oh, that shouldn't have been able to be played again, but they do. Moffitt taps it right at the net. Webb will pull it out of there, but did she get in the net? Yes, she did. Oh, that previous one, I think that one in the net. I don't think it ever got across to get off the block. But as it is, Gordonsville will get the serve out of it. We'll get a point out of it. 4-point lead in the serve for Haley. Quick serve to Daly. Now to Melton. Melton to Webb to take it across. Webb in the back row, Bain. They'll tap it outside Dalt. Over the top of the block. Moffitt digs it in the back row to Webb, to Gall. Gall finds an open spot. Just cuts it around the block to drop it in the middle of the floor for the point for Livingston Academy. Carwile going to come in replacing Gall as Livingston's cut the lead back to 3. They haven't led in this game. Best 3 out of 5 match between Livingston and Gordonsville. Carwile serve in the back row, played by Clark. They'll take it near side. Will Dalt, and she'll get it down for the point. 17-13, Gordonsville. Dalt to serve. Now to extend this 4-point lead. Livingston won game 1, 25-19. Dalt with the serve. To Daly in the back row. Carwile will set Dishman. Dishman blocked, dug by Melton. To Webb. Webb takes it across and down. Kinley Webb able to take it to the far side and catch that out of bounds line to get the point for Livingston Academy. Gordonsville not reacting quickly enough to Webb as Moffitt going to serve now in a 17-14 game. Trying to cut into this 3-point Gordonsville lead. They haven't gotten closer than that I can remember. Clark back set to Bain, taps it across to Moffitt, to Webb. Webb in the middle, Melton off the block, popped up in the air where Haley is there. Watts will set Clark, swinging away. Dug back row by Carwile. Moffitt will get to it. Ray will take it across to Bain. Watts in the middle, Dillard had to reach behind her head. Carwile is there for Livingston. To Webb. Ray will tap it across to Clark. Clark now to Watts. To Clark outside. Little push will get it down. Little power dink there by Libby Clark to get in the middle of the floor for the point for Gordonsville to extend them back to 4 at 18-14. And a good server coming up in Daisy Bain. Bain to serve for the Tigerettes. Back row to Carwile. Into the net is the pass, but Livingston able to get it across as Webb did a good job pulling that one out of the net, but then Naylor takes it off the top of the net and down for the point for Gordonsville. Bain to serve once again. Lead extended to 5. She's been tough off her serve with the left-handed serve. Back row to Daly. And Webb trying to get to it. Ray going after it as well, and a little indecision there will give a point to Gordonsville and extend the lead to 6 at 20-14. So Gordonsville 5 points away from tying this set. This match. Webb to Melton. Taps it across, little backhand. Clark swinging away and pounds it down. Libby Clark It's a good hit there for Gordonsville to get the point. Livingston wants to take a timeout. They'll take it, trailing by 7, 21-14. Again, we want to thank our sponsors for making these broadcasts possible. Farmers Insurance, Rick Savage, Hall Funeral Home, Maynard's Automotive, W&O Construction, Exit Realty, Physical Medicine Center of the Cumberlands, Eye Centers of Tennessee, Livingston Family Healthcare, Lucky Red Stables, Oakley Equipment, Willow Grove Marina, Wascon Incorporated, Puckett's Family Dentistry, Overton County News, R&M Family Pharmacy, and E.B. Gray Jewelry, our sponsors making these broadcasts possible for you here on Overton Events. Big week here on our YouTube channel on Thursday, August the 18th. We'll have junior high football as the Overton County Junior Wildcats travel down to Allgood to take on the Allgood Middle School football team. And then on Friday night, the Livingston Academy Wildcats football team kick off their season down in Sparta at White County High School at 7. Maine goes back row to Carlisle. Now to Ray. Ray to Moffitt. Free ball for Gordonsville. Haley taps it to Watts. Middle to Naylor and can't get it across the net. Melton there to make sure it didn't get across. And the point goes to Livingston. 21-15 as Copeland going to come back in, replacing Daly. Webb to serve with the Lady Wildcats trailing to Gordonsville here in game 2. As Webb to serve this one. Takes it back row to Clark. Watts back set. Bain will tap it across, but Moffitt is there, but taps it right to the net where Clark will tap it down. Put it right on top of the net. And Libby Clark able to take care of that one to get the point for Gordonsville. Young coming back in to replace Haley sitting down. Serve in the middle. Moffitt not ready, but Melton taps it across. Moffitt will dig that one, but nobody can get there. I think that was Young over on the far side that got to it. It may have been Clark once again. But Gordonsville 2 points away from tying this at a game apiece. Watts serving for the Tigerettes. Takes this one into the net. Livingston will be tough to rally in this one. They've got to get on a roll right here on the serve of Malia Melton. Melton to serve for the Lady Wildcats. 23-16, the Gordonsville lead. Watts back set to Clark coming from the back row and hits it wide. Set play there with Clark coming out of the back row to swing away on her strong side on the right side, but sailed that one just about a foot wide for the point for Livingston. Melton to serve for the Lady Wildcats. Melton back row off of Manning, then off the roof, and the point for Livingston. Livingston's had a couple of bad breaks caused by the roof so far in this match, and now Gordonsville gets one to get the point for Livingston Academy. Melton to serve once again. Aaliyah takes it in the net for the point for Gordonsville. Game serve coming up for Libby Clark. Clark to serve for the Tigerettes. Jump serve to try to close this one out, and she does with the ace. So Gordonsville wins game 2. 25-18 to tie this one up at 1 game apiece. We've got 3 minutes between games. We'll take this break and we'll come back and we'll get game 3 underway in just a moment. Here we'd like to tell you some of the new features we've got on our Overton Events page. There's a lot of different information items on there for you. Just go over to Overton Events at the web page, on the YouTube channel, on the web page, the home page, and you can see many different updates of what's going on around the county and the town of Livingston. They've got a whole lot of different shops, a whole lot of different gas prices. You can see the local food scene, all of the specials that restaurants are posting each day, and you can just keep up to date of everything that's going on. We've got local yard sales. If you want to post your yard sale on that there, just send them to the Overton Events page. It'll explain to you how to do so. You can contact them through there, and it's very easy. Just you can go click on our homepage and see all the different events going on. We'll have a whole lot of different items coming soon, and just a lot of different things going on. So just a way to help keep you up to date throughout the Overton County activities that are going on, and different news items and updates of things that are going on. So just this is going to be your home for information as well as entertainment, we hope, here on Overton Events. So just we move now to Game 3 here in this matchup between Livingston Academy and Gordonsville to open up the season for both these teams, as they open up in a non-district matchup here this evening. We'll have a couple of volleyball games coming up for you next week on Monday and Tuesday from here at Livingston Academy, as it will be Livingston to start the game serving here in Game 3. Each team win a game after Gordonsville tying it up after Game 2. Livingston won Game 1 25-19. Gordonsville won Game 2 25-18. Moffett, Carwile, Daly, Webb, actually it's going to be Dishman starting, and then Moffett will come in, but Dishman has to start on the floor. Webb, Melton, and Ray, Watts, Dillard, Dalt, Haley, Bain, and Clark for Gordonsville. Took me 2 games, but I'm kind of learning who these Gordonsville players are. Tough to see their numbers. The ponytails covering them, and Moffett ready to serve for Livingston. Moffett goes short. Haley will dive to get to it. Dillard pops it up in the air. Bain will take it across to Moffett. Moffett to Webb. Webb in the middle. Melton off the block, but a net going to be called against Gordonsville. Net call against the Tigerettes. Going to give it back to Livingston Academy on the serve. The point for the Lady Wildcats is Moffett to serve once again. Moffett, that one just nicks across the net for the ace for Livingston Academy. Hard serve. Just able to power through the net cord and get the point for Livingston Academy. Moffett to serve once again. Moffett to Haley. Haley to Clark, pops it up in the air to Dalt. Dalt over the net now to Ray. Ray to Webb. She'll push it to Ray. Ray takes it across to Dalt. Watts will go back to Dalt over the top. Dug by Carwile, but can't get to it. And the point will go to Gordonsville to get them on the board for the first time here in Game 3. And to cut the lead down to 2-1. Dalt to serve now for the Tigerettes. Takes it on the far side and out with a point for Livingston Academy. Copeland going to come in. She'll come in replacing Daly. Kinley Webb to serve now for Livingston Academy. Webb plays this one back row to Haley. Haley to Watts. Watts outside Clark. They're called the catch on Watts. Double contact there to give the point to Livingston Academy. Unforced error there on the setter from Smith County. not Smith County High School, Gordonsville down in Smith County. Webb serves back row to Haley. To Watts, back set Dillard. Dillard dug by Carwile, then the double contact going to be called on Copeland. So the point and the serve goes back to Gordonsville. 4-2 the Livingston lead as Ashlyn Naylor going to come back in, replacing Courtney Dillard, actually subbing for her for the first time here in game 3. Bain to serve, goes back row to Carwile. Tough pass, Webb will get to it, and Moffitt will take it across. That's going to be a tough choice. Bain can't get to it. Bain just about had to try to play that one. I think it was going to catch the back line, but Bain can't control it, and the point will go to Livingston Academy to move them in front, 5-2. Melton to serve once again. Aaliyah for the Lady Wildcats will serve this one back row to Haley, who can't control it. Ace for the Lady Wildcats to move them in front by 4. Now it's 6-2. Each team winning a game in this match here today. Melton to serve for Livingston. Plays this one down the near line, but it's wide and out of bounds. Tried to catch them napping a little bit, but Gordonsville let it go out. And the point goes to the Tigerettes as Young going to come back in, replacing Bryant. Watts to serve for Gordonsville. Watts, tough serve. Moffitt pops it round top of the net, and a net's going to be called on Livingston. That pass carried it right into the net. Livingston trying to get to it, made contact with the net, and the point will go to the Tigerettes. Cuts the lead down to 2 at 6-4. With Kelsey Watts to serve once again. Watts, the back row to Ray. To Webb, back set Copeland. She'll just have to play it across on the bump. Young, saved across by Watts to Ray. Webb will set Ray. Ray going back row. It's going to be popped up by Bain, but Manning can't get to it. Good job by Ray finding that open spot. As Dishman going to come back in, replacing Moffitt. Ray to serve now. As the senior will take this one back row off the hands of Manning and out of bounds for the point for Livingston Academy. With the Lady Wildcats move in front by 4, 8-4. It will be Ray to serve once again. Ray. Short serve. Diving effort by Gordonsville's Manning, but can't get to it. And the ace for Abby Ray. Ray there for Livingston Academy getting the ace. Serves once again. Another tough serve. Gordonsville will dive after it. They'll play it up. Clark will take it across. Free ball for Copeland. To Webb. Back to Copeland. Swinging away. Dug in the back row, but played outside, and Clark can't get to it for the point for Livingston Academy. Point for the Lady Wildcats extends the lead to 6 now at 10-4. Ray to serve for Livingston. Ray just across the top of the net for the point for the Lady Wildcats. And a timeout going to be called by Gordonsville. They'll take it in a 7-point game with Livingston leading 11-4. I want to say thank you to our sponsors for making our broadcast possible. Wascon Incorporated, Puckett's Family Dentistry, Overton County News, R&M Family Pharmacy, E.B. Gray Jewelry, Farmers Insurance, Rick Savage, Hall Funeral Home, Maynard's Automotive, W&O Construction Company, Exit Realty, Physical Medicine Center of the Cumberlands, Eye Centers of Tennessee, Livingston Family Healthcare, Lucky Red Stables, Oakley Equipment, and Willow Grove Marina, making these broadcasts possible. Go out and support our sponsors and make sure you let them know that they appreciate their making these live broadcasts possible for you at home when you get to see these, or on a tape delay basis. If you're one of the people participating in this, let them know that you appreciate them helping out to get these broadcasts to the viewers worldwide here on our YouTube channel at Overton Events. And go to Overton Events if you're enjoying our coverage. Subscribe to our channel. Never will cost you anything. Just hit that subscribe button as Ray serves it to Manning. Watts outside now to number 13. That's Young, dug by Ray. Way up to Copeland. Copeland hits it back row. Watts will pop it up to Bain. Bain now to Naylor to take it across. Melton to Ray. Free ball here for Gordonsville as Gall plays it on the sideline. Manning is there to Bain. Free ball for Livingston. Naylor taps it in the back row, and Ray and Melton both there, and they can't control it, and the point goes to Gordonsville. Subscribe to our channel. Costs you absolutely nothing to subscribe, and it just helps us out. We'd appreciate everyone going and subscribing to our channel. That will give you notifications as to when we're going to be broadcasting. As this one on the far side, out of bounds, this time by Clark for the point for Livingston. 12-5 Lady Wildcats. As Matea Daly to serve now for Livingston. Daly, middle of the back row to Bain. Watts outside to Young, and a net going to be called on Gordonsville. Dalt getting to the net away from the play, and the point goes to Livingston. Break right there for the Lady Wildcats. I think they got Dalt way over on this near side. Daly to Dalt. Now Watts will go back to Dalt. Free ball for Livingston. Moffitt diving effort though to Webb. Gall will take it across to Clark. Now to Watts. Back set Young over the top. Daly will get to it. Now Moffitt lost it and can't find it again. Moffitt trying to track that one down. Had to spin around. Couldn't find it. And the point will go to Gordonsville. Good job by Daly getting that one up into the air. But just couldn't get that second player to make contact. And Naylor takes that one in the net. For the service error point for Livingston Academy as Bain will come in replacing Ashlyn Naylor. Mally Carwile to serve now for the Lady Wildcats. Carwile plays this one in the back row to Clark. Watts outside Young. Young blocked. Young got it back. Moffitt will play it to Webb. Webb quickly across in two to Bain. Watts outside Dalt. Back row dug by Daly. Webb sets middle to Melton, swinging away, dug by Bain, played up by Gordonsville. Clark will take it across. Melton to Webb. Outside they go, Dishman swinging away, dug by Dalt. Dillard pops it up, that's on Livingston's side. Melton taps it down. Aaliyah Melton there for the Lady Wildcats to power that one down for Livingston. Good set right there by both teams, and Livingston gets the finish to move in front by 9, now 15-6. Carwile to serve for the Lady Wildcats. Carwile, the sophomore, serves this one to Dalt. To Watts. Watts outside Dalt. Blocked. Melton got her to shut her down with the roof. Livingston out by 10 now at 16-6 as Carwile to serve for Livingston. Carwile on the serve for the Lady Wildcats. Drops it in front of Bain, who pops it up to Watts. Young going to be blocked there at the net, but it stays on the Livingston side. Dishman got a piece of it, but not enough on it to get it to go back across the net, and it will drop for the point for Gordonsville. Bain now to serve as Haley going to come back in, replacing Young. Haley to serve for the Tigerettes. Softly to Carwile. Pops it up to Webb, and Webb called for the double contact. Tried to go over her head to set Melton. They just couldn't get control, and the point goes to Gordonsville. 16-8. The Lady Wildcats leading as Haley will go back row to Daly. Daly now to Carwile. Dishman will take it across and take it down. Caught Daly kind of napping back there that time, and Dishman able to paint that line on the far side to get the point for Livingston Academy and move them in front 17-8. Haley going to leave. Bryant will come in replacing her. Moffitt to serve now for Livingston. Moffitt Plays this one back row to Clark. Clark now to Watts. Back to Clark. Back row Carlisle. Will play it to Webb. Webb in the middle. Melton. Melton hits it in the net. Point to Gordonsville. Pretty good block there that time by Dillard and Watts. Melton trying to cut it around it. Just gets it to go into the net for the point for the Tigerettes to cut the lead down to 8 at 17-9 with Livingston leading here in game 3, tied at 1 game apiece in the best 3 out of 5. Moffitt can't control that one on the sideline. And the point will go to Gordonsville. They cut it back to 7 now at 17-10. Dalt will move all the way over to the other side of the server's box. Dalt will change the pace that time. Moffitt to Webb. Now to Melton, who just taps it over the top of the block. Coach Brian Leslie wanted the lift. He's still asking for it. I don't think she ever actually caught it. Just tapped it across right to the open spot in the floor, and the point for Livingston Academy. Webb to play it now for the Lady Wildcats. Webb goes back row for the ace. Kinley finding the open spot right in front of Manning for the point for the Lady Wildcats. 19-10 Livingston has Webb to serve once again. Kinley taps this one across, and Manning can't control it again. Back-to-back serves that Webb has went to Manning, and back-to-back points for the Lady Wildcats to move them out by double digits at 20-10. Webb to serve once again. Plays this one in the middle back row, but it's tapped across. Carlisle will play it for Livingston. Then Webb going to push it to the back line and get it down. Webb finding that open spot on the back row and moves Livingston in front by 11. 21-10. We'll take a break. We'll have more in game 3 in just a moment. Webb to serve for Livingston Academy after the timeout. Lady Wildcats 4 points away from taking a game lead here in this one. This one played right at the net to Melton, but Watts will get to it. Bain outside Clark. Clark will pound that one down. Libby Clark has some power for Gordonsville. Gets that one down for the point for the Tigerettes to cut it back to 10 at 21-11. Bain to serve once again. Left-hander makes it middle back row to Carlisle. Webb outside Ray. Ray dug by Clark. Watts will set Clark. Clark off the block, pops it up in the air to Ray. Webb sets middle to Melton, tries to tap it down, but this time Watts is there and Clark is hurt. Clark went down there at the net. Not sure if it's an ankle or a knee, but she is down on the floor, and they can ill afford to lose Libby Clark for any time. She is one of their main offensive and defensive players for Gordonsville, and with the injury, while they attend to her, we'll take a timeout here in Livingston. Good sign there. Libby Clark able to walk to the bench without any assistance. They've got some ice for the ankle as she's favoring that right ankle. Doesn't want to leave the lineup, but coach went out there to her, so she has to leave, at least for a start of play, and they're going to get number 34, Kayla Stevenson, in to replace her. Clark down trying to walk it off. Looks like she rolled that right ankle. That's what it looked like, and good to see her out there kind of bouncing up and down. I think she's all right. May have been a scary situation more than anything. Now they're trying to sort out whose serve it should be. As it's going to be Livingston's. That's going to be Leah Melton to serve, as Maddie Gall will come back in for the Lady Wildcats, replacing Mally Carwile. Melton to serve. 21-11. The Lady Wildcats leading here in game 3. Coach Leslie trying to make sure that everyone's on the same page with the new player in there. I told you, as this serve going to be an ace from Melton. Told you Libby Clark was the center of a lot of their stuff that they did. So with her out of the lineup right now, that changes things a little bit. Let's see how much longer it is before she returns, or if she returns. It's a non-district matchup. Watts will go over her head to number 23. That is Naylor. Back row, they'll play it to Ray in the front row. Dug by Bain. Back to Ray. Now Gall will tap it across. Bain pops it up in the air to Watts. Watts in the middle, Naylor. Dug back row by Melton. Copeland is there. Free ball here for Gordonsville as Webb punches back row to Bain. Watts, little shoot set to Naylor. Blocked by Gall and down. Tried that little shoot set for the first time. Naylor just trying to punch it across, and Maddie Gall, the senior, waiting for her there to block it at the net for Livingston Academy. Melton to serve with Lady Wildcats. Melton will drop this one back row where they'll play it to Watts. Watts now to Melton over on the other side, and Ray going to take that one long to the point for Gordonsville. As it will be Watts to serve. Young going to come back in, replacing Bryant. Clark may be ready to come back as this one back row to Moffitt to Webb. Webb back set Copeland. Taps it across. Watts to Bain. Free ball for Livingston. And Gordonsville won't get it across. Taps it right to Coach Christy Jenkins there for the Lady Wildcats. She played here at Livingston Academy. Volleyball and basketball. Ray now to take this one across. Back row, Manning will pop it up to Young. Bain now back row to Melton to Webb. Webb sets Dishman. Shoots it back row to Bain. Watts back set to Young. Young will tap it over to Melton to Webb. Webb going to set Melton the back row, swinging away and down. Manning can't control that one as Melton will pound it down for the win for Livingston Academy. So the Lady Wildcats, that one kind of snuck up on me. I didn't think they'd gotten that close, but they did, and Livingston wins game 3, 25-12 to take a 2-1 lead. We've got 3 minutes between games. Give you time to run to the refrigerator and get back as Livingston leads 2-1 here in this best 3 out of 5. grateful to be a part of Overton Events. You've seen there's a lot of different sponsors that are sponsoring our channel here, and we are so grateful to them because without them we'd be unable to do this. So we appreciate them for being some of the early sponsors, and we'd like to invite a lot of other sponsors to join us if you'd like to. We stream all the sports that we can, a lot of different activities such as meetings, Pioneer Days. We're going to be doing a lot of other things coming up in the fall as well as sports. So we invite everyone to be sponsors with us. We'd hope you'd like to join us. And if you want to, just contact Tyler Maxwell at overtonevents@gmail.com. That's his email address. Again, overtonevents@gmail.com. Or contact him by phone, 931-704-7156. That's 931-704-7156. 7156. Give him a brief message of what you want to do, what your business is, and he'll contact you about everything. Give him a contact number, contact email address, and he will take care of everything. Game 1, 25-19. Gordonsville won game 2, 25-18, and Livingston won game 3, 25-12. Kelsey Watts getting ready to serve for Gordonsville as we get ready to get game 4 underway. If we go to a game 5, it is to 15. Watts, first serve of game 4, played by Moffitt. Webb, quick set to Melton. Pounds it down in the back row off of Haley. Little quick set there. That time just pops it right up to the top of the net, and Melton quickly off the floor to get the spike there on the kill. As Abby Ray going to come back in for Livingston, replacing Dishman. Moffitt to serve now for Livingston. Moffitt, middle of the row off Haley and out of bounds. 2-0 Livingston Academy as the Lady Wildcats move out in front on the serve by Sydney Moffitt. Moffitt. This one goes in the net for the first point of the game for Gordonsville. So the Tigerettes on the board as they get a new player in the lineup. She hasn't played yet, number 11. Kaylin Roberts going to check in. Coming back in is Savannah Bryant. Libby Clark back out there, who injured her ankle in game 3, but good to see her back. He said she's an athlete for Gordonsville. Haley's serve just over the top of the net to Moffitt. Way up, that's right on top of the net. Ray tries to tap it over, but Bryant is there to block her. Savannah Bryant there to get the block for the Tigerettes as Haley to serve this one for Gordonsville. Haley back row to Carwile, to Webb. Webb outside Ray, and Ray will be called for the catch. A little bit out of her reach as she tried to play that one over her head and use both hands, and that's going to cause the catch call and the point to Gordonsville to give them the lead. Haley deep in the back row and just out. Just missed as Carwile with good eyes that time to see that one go out. Bailey going to leave. Copeland going to come back in. Webb to serve for Livingston. Kinley serves this one back row to Bain. Bain to Watts, back to Bain, taps it middle of the floor, diving effort by Moffitt to Webb. Copeland now will bump this one across to Manning. Outside they go Clark over the top of the block. Webb is there, but it's out of bounds. Kinley hopping up and down, knew she was there in the right spot, just couldn't get to stay in bounds, and Gordonsville back in front by 1, 4-3, as Dalt will come back in replacing Dillard. Bain to serve for the Tigerettes. Jump serve by the left-hander off the hands of Copeland, but played by Carwile. Ray will take it across off of Clark. Bain will get to it, though. Clark will tap it across. Free ball. Moffitt goes to the net where Dalt is there to pound it down. Dalt, quick reaction to that one coming to the net. Gordonsville takes the 2-point lead now at 5-3. Bain to serve once again. Bain to Moffitt. Webb backing up, tries to punch it across, but Clark is there. Libby Clark, there's that pass over the head of Webb, trying to back up to get to it, and Clark just gave her nowhere to go. Bain to serve once again. Bain, back row to Carwile. Almost handcuffed her, but Malley did a good job. Melton, dug back row by Manning to Clark, punches across to Webb, to Moffitt. Moffitt now to Melton, free ball. Bain pops it up to Watts. Watts sets outside Clark. Clark off the top of the net, dug by Ray, but a lift going to be called on Livingston. I think they'll call it on the diving effort by Melton. I couldn't see her hands. The referee had us obstructed. And they'll get the point for Gordonsville. Bain taps this one front row. Moffitt able to get to it. Carwile pops it up. Now Ray will tap it across to Watts. Rather to Bryant, to Watts, back to Bryant. Now a little push there by Webb and down. Kinley Webb able to drop that one down. Don't know if it would have worked as well if it hadn't caught the net cord, but it did, and it drops for the point for Livingston to get the point and the serve for the Lady Wildcats and to cut the Gordonsville lead to 3 at 7-4. Melton to serve for the Lady Wildcats. Takes it into the net. Service error will let Libby Clark serve now for Gordonsville, as Olivia Harp going to check in for the Tigerettes. But before she does, a timeout going to be taken by Gordonsville. They'll call it, leading 8-4. We'll be back to Livingston Academy right after this. Gordonsville taking the timeout as they're also going to get another new player in, number 19. Dariana Bell will check in for the first time, replacing Bryant. Libby Clark to serve in an 8-4 Gordonsville lead. Clark off the top of the net to Moffitt. Webb back set to Copeland. Copeland swinging away, goes off of Clark. Cora Copeland stepping into that one to get the good swing and get it down for the point for Livingston Academy. Cuts the lead back to 3 at 8-5 as Abby Ray the serve now for Livingston Academy. Coach Leslie has played a lot of players here tonight. Ray takes this one back row and it handcuffs Dalt. Got her caught right in the middle there and just nothing she could do with it, and the point goes to Livingston Academy. Ray to serve once again for the Lady Wildcats. Ray just drops this one over the top of the net. Diving effort by Manning. Clark to Dalt, but Dalt hits it in the net. It's a good effort there by Allie Manning, just laying out to get that one. Clark pops it up in the air, but then Dalt can't take that one over, and it will be Ray to serve once again to try to tie this one at 8. Ray serves into the net. Point goes to Gordonsville as they see the lead extended to 2 once again at 9-7. Serving now for the Tigerettes will be Olivia Harp, as coming back in Camara Young. Harp serves this one under the net for the point to Livingston, as Daly going to check back in. Copeland will leave. Daly to serve for the Lady Wildcats. Trying to tie this one up at 9. Daly, back row off Haley. Dalt will get to it. Clark will have it blocked. They dive after it. Now Gall will tap it down. Haley trying to tap it back across. The Gordonsville coach, Leslie, wanting to see if there's a net call. He can't get the chair umpire's attention. No call coming, and the point to Livingston ties it at 9. Daly Serves this one back row to Haley. Haley, now to Clark. Clark outside off the top of the net. Dalt will play it deep and out of bounds as it will go to Livingston Academy. Livingston in front now by 1 at 10-9. Daly to serve. Daly to Haley, and Haley can't control it. Point to the Lady Wildcats to give them a 2-point lead here in game 4. Livingston leads 2 games to 1. Lady Wildcats won game 1, 25-19. Gordonsville won game 2, 25-18. And Livingston won game 3, 25-12. Outside they go to Young. Young going to be blocked by Livingston, or did it go off the Lady Wildcats? It did not. It's a point for Livingston as it just went off the top of the net. So the point for the Lady Wildcats, and a timeout going to be taken by Gordonsville. We'll take this opportunity to again thank our sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible, to making all of our broadcasts possible here on Overton Events. W&O Construction Company, Exit Realty, Physical Medicine Center of the Cumberlands, Eye Centers of Tennessee, Livingston Family Healthcare, Lucky Red Stables, Oakley Equipment Rental, Willow Grove Marina, Wascon Incorporated, Puckett's Family Dentistry, Overton County News, R&M Family Pharmacy, E.B. Gray Jewelry, Farmers Insurance, Rick Savage, Hall Funeral Home, and Maynard's Automotive, making these broadcasts live here on Overton Events and on our homepage, overtonevents.com. Be sure to go to our Overton Events page on YouTube, like our page, subscribe to our page. Help us grow as this venture continues to grow here on Overton Events. As, again, a couple of more broadcasts coming up this week. We've got junior high football on Thursday night at Allgood. Wildcat football at Sparta on Friday night. This one tapped across. Webb will play it to Gall. Gall back row to Bain. Bain now to Clark. Clark pops it in the air to Dalt. Dalt back row. Moffitt is there. Webb sets outside Dishman. Dishman dug by Bain. Clark outside Dalt. Dalt dug in the back row by Melton. Webb sets Dishman again. Dishman going to be blocked though. Young there that time to get the block. Strong hit by Laney Dishman, but Gordonsville gets the point out of it and cuts the lead to 2 at 12-10 as Dillard going to check back in for Gordonsville. Dalt to serve now for the Tigerettes. Dalt, a couple extra steps and plays it out of bounds. Not sure if she meant to time that out into that many steps, but it caused her to hit it kind of on the way down, and she plays it out of bounds for the point for Livingston Academy. 13-10 Lady Wildcats as Carwile to serve. Back row to Bain. Watts sets outside Dillard. Dug in the back row, Carwile. Webb just punches across to Bain. Young across in 2 to Moffitt. Webb sets in the middle to Melton. Melton hammers it down. Aaliyah Melton with the clean kill for the Lady Wildcats. Moves them in front by 4 at 14-10. Carwile to serve now for Livingston. Malley plays this one across back row. Haley. Dillard pops it up back to Haley. He'll play it across to Carwile. Webb, quick set to Melton, and what have we got? A net against Livingston. Net call against Kinley Webb. The floor official called that one, and the point will go to Gordonsville. They'll get the serve as well with Watts stepping out to serve. Watts, back row to Moffitt, pops it up to Webb. Webb in the middle, Melton, off the block and down. Melton just getting higher than Dillard and Clark that time, hitting down at the block, able to pound it off the hands and get the point for Livingston Academy. Ray coming back in, replacing Dishman. Moffitt to serve now for Livingston Academy. Moffitt serves this one back row to Haley. Outside they set Clark, blocked by Melton. Melton again will just tap it down. Aaliyah Melton is controlling the net right now. And the Lady Wildcats move in front by 5, 16-11. Trying to close this one out here in game 4. Moffitt Goes on the hard serve. Back row, Haley will pop it straight up to Watts. Clark will take it to Moffitt, middle of the back row. Webb outside Ray, off the block and down. Abby Ray hammers it off Young to get the point for the Lady Wildcats. 17-11. Livingston in front by 6. Moffitt now to serve for Livingston. Moffitt has been very efficient off her serve. This one goes back row to Clark. Clark to Watts. Outside Clark. That might have been double contact, but it was in. And it will be a point for Gordonsville. That's set. Looked like there could have been a couple of contacts there, but the officials say no, and the point goes to Gordonsville. Number 11, Kayla Roberts, coming on to serve for the Tigerettes. Roberts takes this one back row to Webb. No, that's not Webb, that's Daly. Moffitt now will play it to Webb. Webb outside Ray, close to the net, popped up in the air and off the net. Yeah, never touched the block of Gordonsville. Point will go to the Tigerettes to move them in front, or to cut the lead down to 4 at 17-13. Roberts to serve once again. Roberts, back row to Daly. Daly to Webb, back set Melton. Melton will hit it long. Melton wanted that one a little lower as she'd taken those short little choppy steps trying to get to it quickly. But it was a little higher than she wanted, so she had to readjust and takes it long. Roberts, back row to Carwile, close to the net and dug up by Moffitt, but a net going to be called on Livingston. That pass again very close to the net. Will cut the lead down to 2 at 17-15 here in game 4. Roberts to serve once again. Soft serve, back row off of Daly though for the point for Gordonsville. Changed it up a little bit. Just kind of lobbed that one across on the serve. Cuts the lead down to 1. Coach Leslie may have been aware of that and kind of mixing things up with the serve here. A little harder now, but this one goes into the net. So Roberts came in and did a pretty good job off her serve. She's going to leave. Manning will come in replacing her. Webb to serve with Livingston leading by 2, 18-16. Webb just over the top of the net. Bain diving to get to it, and Clark will take it across in 2 and find the open floor on the back line. Libby Clark able to get that one down for the point to cut the lead back to 1 at 18-17. Bain to serve. Bain takes this one back row to Carwile. To Webb. Webb outside Ray, swinging away. Dug by Clark. Watts outside to Clark. Dug in the back row by Carwile. Moffitt pops it up in the air to Melton. Melton back row to Bain. Bain now to Watts. And tried the little quick set to Dalt. Little miscommunication there and a little drop on the Gordonsville side for the point for Livingston Academy. Carwile leaving. Gaw coming in to replace her. Melton to serve in a 19-17 Livingston lead. Livingston leading 2-1. Melton goes back row to Bain. Bain now to Watts. Watts to Dalt, and Dalt hits it out of bounds. Dalt trying to go down the line on this near side. Just had it drift wide on her, and the point goes to Livingston. Melton to serve for the Lady Wildcats. Aaliyah. Back row they go to Manning. Now Dalt will take it across. Diving effort by Moffitt. Melton. Long set to Ray, but dug by Clark. Clark will get the set back. Dug back row by Moffitt. Webb outside Ray. Ray dug in the back row by Bain. They'll pop it up with Watts. Now to Clark. Back row they go to Melton. Webb. Back set Copeland. The left-hander drops it down. Cora Copeland just finding that open spot with the left hand. Will drop it in, and the freshmen gain a little celebration from the seniors there for Livingston Academy. As Melton to take this one across for the Lady Wildcats. 21-17, Aaliyah. Tough serve, Bain will get to it. Watts will set Clark outside, and she hammers it down. Libby Clark stepping into that one. Able to find the open spot without a block on that far side. And just hits it straight down the line for the point for Gordonsville. 21-18 as Bell and Harp return for the Tigerettes. Clark to serve. Jump serve, out of bounds. So quickly, Livingston gets the point back and gets the serve back as Dishman going to come in replacing the libero Moffitt. Ray to serve now for Livingston. Ray serves it in the net. 22-19 here in game 4 as Moffitt will come back replacing Ray. Gordonsville getting some players back on the floor as Haley will return. Young will return. Harp and Manning will sit down. Haley to serve. Quick serve, played by Copeland. Way up close to the net. Back set Dishman. Dishman off the block. Bain will dig it. Clark pops it up to Young. Young over the top of the block. Melton is there. Webb. Back set Gall. Gall back row to Haley. Clark will set it outside Dalt. Dalt going to be blocked. Tapped over by Copeland. Bell will pop it back to the Livingston side, and Gall will win the joust at the net. Maddie Gall gets the finish for Livingston, but a lot of players making plays on that point, and the Lady Wildcats take a 4-point lead at 23-19. Matea Daly to serve for Livingston, 2 points away from the match. Back row Haley right at the net. Clark will tap it back to Young, but she hits it out of bounds. Sets up game serve, match serve for Matea Daly. Daly to serve for the Lady Wildcats. Trying to close this one out in 4. Daly back row to Haley. Now to Clark. Clark to Bell, and Bell, did she catch the line? She did not. As they look at each other, the line judge on the floor is going to say it's in. Point for Gordonsville to keep them in this one. 24-20. So it will be Dalt to serve now for the Tigerettes. Still a chance to win this one on defense for Livingston. Melton to Dishman. Dishman will swing away and will win it on the kill. Laney Dishman gets the final point as Livingston wins this one 25-20 over Gordonsville again as they win it in 4. Livingston winning game 1 25-19. Gordonsville wins game 2 25-18. Livingston wins game 3 25-12. They win game 4 25-20 over the Gordonsville Tigerettes to start the season at 1-0. The loss, Gordonsville starts at 0-1. Again, we want to thank our sponsors, Eye Centers of Tennessee, Livingston Family Healthcare, Lucky Red Stables, Oakley Equipment Rental, Willow Grove Marina, Wascon Incorporated, Puckett's Family Dentistry, Overton County News, R&M Family Pharmacy, E.B. Gray Jewelry, Farmers Insurance, Rick Savage, Hall Funeral Home, Maynard's Automotive, W&O Construction Company, Exit Realty, and Physical Medicine Center of the Cumberlands. Livingston goes to 1-0 on the season as they get this one started here with a win over a tough Gordonsville team on this opening night for the Lady Wildcats. Thank you to our sponsors for making it possible. For Tyler Maxwell, this is Craig Cantrell saying good night from Livingston Academy.